my name's Tracy Lorraine and I'd like to show you how to make this really pretty bracelet. I've called it Hugs and Kisses because intrinsically that's the pattern that I've used, but it's my take on it. It's easy to wear, it's terribly sparkly, really is, and easy to remove. You need 70 plus 4mm rounds, 50 plus 4mm fire polish, 35 plus Swarovski montees, 3 grams of Miyuki No.15 and 2 grams of 1.8 Miyuki cubes. I'd like to talk about the fire polish rounds, and I want to show you there's kind of a different shape. Although they're still 4mm, they're actually not spherical. Do you see they have sort of an oblong look to them? So if you want to use just 4mm rounds, you might need to adjust your pattern slightly overall. The next thing is the montees. Now I've seen, these are Swarovski 4mm montees, but I have seen some montees with a tubular cross on the back. Unfortunately, those won't work with this design, and I'll show you why. Because we're not going to go straight across like that. We're going to go across the corner. Okay, can you see that? And this will mean that the montees place in a diamond way across the bangle rather than the square on way. I'll show you how that works. Can you see that? Pick out 1 4, 1 fire polish, 1 4 fire polish, and tie these guys in a knot. Surgeon's knot, sorry. That should leave the 6 or 8 inch tail. Get it nice and tight. Pass your needle up through the 4mm fire polish. Pick a round fire polish and another round. I come back through the fire polish from the opposite side. We need to work towards the other fire polish, so we're going to come through the 4mm round and through the fire polish. And again, we're going to pick up a round fire polish and a round, and come back through the fire polish from the opposite side. And then work your way back through to the fire polish. In this way, you need to create a length of beading which is right angle weave, suitable for your hand measurement. Mine comes out at about 8 inches. So here we are, we've done that bit. Now we're just going to check that that's going to fit. So we need to fold our thumb in towards the palm of our hand and working at the base of our thumb where your thumb joint is, and drape the other end across and the working thread. We're going to pull that up. We just want maybe 1 or 2 blue beads across there, not much, but you have to remember you're going to create another link in the closing of it. So bloody tail threads. Excuse my French, sorry. Pick up a 4 round through the fire polish. Another 4 round. And down through the other fire polish. There we go. Right, there we are. And we want to come through the 4mm bead there. At this point, you really should check that you haven't twisted it. You really need to get rid of the tail hen right here, because it's just going to get in your way. So here we go with a 1/2 hitch. Work through a couple of beads. Going to pass under that thread there and then through the loop. It's a 1/2 hitch. I don't think you need any more than 2, but you can do 3 if you like. So we're going to trim that thread there. There we go. At this point, we get to do the fun bit. So we're going to pick up 3 of the number 15s. And then we're going to pass through the montee. Could you see we're doing that at the bottom? And the montee is facing towards us. The shiny side is facing towards us. So we're picking up another 3 number 15s. And we're going back through that 4mm round. It's worth noting that I'm on the right side of the bracelet at the moment, and I'm just checking there that the montee is the right way up. So back through the fire polish. And working away from you up through the 4mm bead. Picking up 3 number 15s. And coming through that corner on the montee again. Pick up another 3 number 15s. And back through the 4mm. Oops, I dropped one. Back through the 4mm bead. There we go. Now it's worth noting that you won't do this again, but here we're going to work through the 4mm fire polish, then the round, and this only happens at the start. Through the 4mm fire polish, and the 4mm round, but you'll see now that we're working from the left hand side. So we're going to pick up the montee in a different way, and that's really important. 3 No.15s. This time we're going to pick up the montee from the bottom. Can you see that? Not the top. Oh, sorry. Yeah. My bad. We're picking up from the top. I'll pick up another 3 No.15s. And back through the 4 from the opposite side. I just double check. You've got that right. Back through the fire polish. Pick up 3 No.15s. Come through the opposite corner. Sorry, it's a little short. There we go. Pick up 3 No.15s. Through the round. Nice and snug. Across the fire polish. And through the next round to the left. Bearing in mind we're working on the left hand side. So we're going to pick up from the top. Monty does not want to be had. There we go. 1, 2, 3. See, it's at the top. Right. From the other side of the 4 round through. Push it over. Through the fire polish. Through the opposite corner of the montee. I was just really tying it down at this point. But you should keep to the thread path. You don't want to see those threads. Back through the 4mm round. And watch those 15s, don't catch them. Back through the fire polish. And through the round. So we're still on the left here, and basically that's just going to repeat. Okay, and you need to do that all the way around the bracelet, and then come back when you're done. So here we are. You can see at this point that the bracelet is still really flexible. It's not a bangle by any means. But a point of note is at this point of flexibility, it make a great chain for a necklace. And some of you are going to say, well, that's a knot in your thread. Actually, it's not a knot. It's a fire line join, which I learned from Patrick Duggan. He has a wonderful tutorial on that. It saved me lots of thread, and that's okay. It's a good thing. So we're going to pick up a cube. I'm going to go through the next 4 mil. Now you'll see when I'm working with this knot, the join, it's not great and it's not easy to pull through, but it will work and it will take some strength. So it's not something you should fear if you choose to go down this road. Sometimes passing the bead over the join helps, but passing through them sometimes gets a little tricky and a little tough, and if you're not careful can cause injuries. It just proves the point, I think, of the file line join, that you can tug it hard and it's quite forgiving. So we're just going to pass through that next 4 again. We're going to continue all the way around this side of the bracelet, just adding in the 1.8mm Miyuki cubes all down this side. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit, even I get a bit weak when I'm pulling that knot through, but it's gone now. So pick up another 4. Oh, it's not 4, it's 1.8. Ah, never mind. If your fire line's really grey and thready, you want to think about replacing it. I'm just working with it because it's a tutorial. That's not important. So here we've added the last cube bead on this side. I'm going to go through a cube and a 4. Pass through the fire line to the other side. Now the reason I do this, although there's lots more to do on this side, is because if you don't, you're going to get, the bracelet is going to twist and you're not going to be able to pull the tension back from that. So you need to work from side to side. Might seem like a long-winded way of doing things, and perhaps if you want to take the chance of doing the shortcut, well, you can do that, but this is my way. So here we go, we're going to add in the cubes on this side of the bracelet, and we're holding the tension because it's really important. We hold that tension and we're going to work all the way around, and here we are at the end, and now you can see that the bracelet's changed dramatically. It's now more uniform, more circular, not so wobbly. So we're going to run that last cube and I'm going to pass through the round and then the cube. And some of you might think, well, yay, we're done. Actually, I'm not. I'm not done. I won't be done, and there goes my phone. I believe we can get some more out of this bracelet, this bangle, sorry, and improve the tension on it. So what I'm going to do is pick up 5 number 15s and go through the next cube. Okay, so we're going to pick up number 5/15 and go through the next cube. Trying to keep the angle on the cubes. It's almost a 45-degree angle, I think. Would work best. And you need to work around the entire side of the bracelet, doing just that. So now we're done, and I'm just trying to add the last 5 beads. This last cube really is difficult, but you need to pass through the cube and the next 4mm bead in order to get to the other side. And again, you'll notice that later on that I'm going to do something else with the same side I've just left, but it's all about tension, and it must be equal. So whatever you do to the left, you must do to the right, particularly, you know, in a bangle like this. So here we go. I've crossed over and I've gone through the 4 and the Miyuki, and for reasons unknown to myself, I've withdrawn the needle. But there we go. We're just going to go through the 4 and the 1.8 cube. There we are. Fabulous. Right. So again, we're going to pick up 5 No.15 Miyuki seed beads, and we're going to go through the next cube at a 45-degree angle because that's easiest. Pick up 5. And through the next cube. Then obviously you're going to need to do this around this entire side of the bracelet. We already can see it's making a difference to how it looks. So work around it and come back. And here we are, I've done that. So this last 5 beads need to be added. And some of you are going to cry at this point because no, we're not done. So pass through the cube. Now you can quit now. There's nothing wrong with the bracelet. But in my opinion, it's worth another couple of rounds. And I'm going to pull those outside silver beads and use that gap there above the cube. Do you see it? And I want to just sit a little bit prettier than they are at the moment. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore the cube and just stitch through all of the 15s on this side of the bracelet, ignoring the cube every time. Yes, it's going to take a little while, but it's definitely worth it. And obviously you're going to be increasing the tension on the bangle itself at this point. It doesn't matter how you stitch it, whether it's 1 bead at a time, 3 or 4, or however your needle passes through the number 15s, it really doesn't matter. So you see, I couldn't quite make that 4 there. I was trying to cheat, trying to cut it down for the video. It doesn't work. Yeah, tricksy thing. There we go. Okay, I've got it. Yeah, probably the best bead path is 3 and then 2 and then 3 and then 2. So there we go. I've gone all the way around, and I hope you can see it's made quite a difference. My needle's already passing the cube and around in order to get to the other side. But the difference between the right hand side of the bracelet and left for me works. If it doesn't work for you, then, well, leave it out. But for me, the left hand side just looks a little not quite so polished. And then tie it off. Work your left hand side, tie it off, and there you go. It's finished. That's so pretty. There's so many colorways you could do it in too. I really hope you've enjoyed making this bracelet and had a lot of fun with it. Maybe I'll make more than one. For those of you who are interested, I do make other tutorials which are available on my Etsy shop. This is the Ophelia Bangle. I also have a website. The Etsy shop is downloadable PDF files. This is the bow bangle, and both the bow bangle and the Ophelia bangle are based on crawl weave, cubic right angle weave. The links for my website and my Etsy store will be at the end of the video. Maybe you'd like to make more than one and wear them all together. Thank you ever so much for staying with me and watching the video. See you again soon.